Chidi is my husband and we deserve to have our own life together. You can't keep him all to yourself, Mama. You don't understand, do you? Chidi is all I have. He is my son. I sacrificed everything for him and I won't let you take him off away from me, Mama responded. Chidi and Amara were the perfect couple, or so was it seemed. Their wedding has been the talk of the town, a grand affair that had everyone in awe. Amara, a beautiful and kind-hearted woman, was loved by everyone that knew her. Chidi was successful and devoted. He adored his wife and was always eager to make her happy. They had met at the university and their love blossomed quickly, leading to their marriage. But in the shadow of their love stood Chidi's mother, Mama Chidi. She had been widowed at a young age and has raised Chidi on her own alone without any support from even relatives or people around her. To her, Chidi was everything: her pride, her joy, and the only thing that made her life worth living. She had sacrificed so much for him, and in return, she expected his undivided attention and devotion. From the moment Chidi and Amara got married, Mama Chidi made her presence felt. She moved into their matrimonial home under the pretext of helping the newlywed settle in. But her real intention was far more. At first, Amara didn't think much of Mama Chidi's constant presence. She believed that it was natural for a mother to want to be close to her son. But soon, the little things began to add up. Mama Chidi would insist on cooking Chidi meals, always making sure to serve him first, leaving Amara to eat last. She would interrupt in their conversation, demanding Chidi's attention with trivial matters. Amara tried to be patient and understanding, but the situation worsened. Mama Chidi began to involve herself in their private moments, barging into their bedroom without knocking and insisting that Chidi spend more time with her. Chidi, caught between his love for his wife and his deep sense of duty towards his mother, didn't see the manipulation at play. He assumed his mother was simply lonely and needed his company. But Amara began to feel the strain. She noticed how Mama Chidi's presence was pushing her to the background, how Chidi's attention was slowly shifting away from her, and then came the night that changed everything. One evening, after a long day at work, Chidi came home exhausted. Amara had prepared his favorite meal and was looking forward to a quiet evening together. But then Chidi walked into the living room. Mama Chidi was already there, waiting for him. She immediately drew him into a conversation about some family matters, completely ignoring Amara. As the night wore on, Mama Chidi insisted that Chidi join her in her room to discuss some old family photos she has found. Chidi, too tired to argue, agreed. Amara watched as they both disappeared down the hallway, her heart sinking. She tried to shake off the unease, convincing herself that it was just another harmless demand from her mother-in-law. But when Chidi didn't return to their bedroom, Amara unease turned into worry. She walked down the hallway and gently knocked on Mama Chidi's door. There was no response. She pushed the door open and peeped inside. What she saw made her blood run cold. Chidi was lying on Mama Chidi's bed, asleep, But what shocked Emara was that Mama Chidi was curled up next to him, holding him close like a child. Amara's heart pounded in her chest. She felt as if the air had been sucked out of the room. She didn't sleep that night. The image of her husband in his mother's arms was hurting her. How could Chidi not see what was happening? She thought to herself. How could he allow his mother to cross such boundaries? Over the next few weeks, Mama Chidi's behavior grew more disturbing. She became so possessive of Chidi, demanding more of his time and attention. As time goes on, she started criticizing Amara, pointing out her flaws and suggesting that she wasn't a good wife for her son. Chidi started spending more nights in his mother's room, leaving Amara alone in their bed. Amara tried to talk to Chidi on several occasions to make him see what was happening, but he would brush off her concern. Mama is just lonely, he will say. She's getting old and she needs me around. Remember, I am her holy son. It's nothing to worry about there, but Hamara couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. She started to notice how Mama Chidi would watch her with cold, calculating eyes, as if she were a rival, not a daughter-in-law. The tension in the house was much, and Amara felt more isolated than ever. One night, Amara tiptoed down the hallway to Mama Chidi's room. She pressed her ear against the door, listening. At first, she heard nothing but the soft murmur of voices. Then, as she listened more closely, she heard Mama Chidi's voice, low and almost whispering, "You belong to me, Chidi. No one will ever take you away from me, not even her. You are mine first and will always be mine." Amara's heart pounded in her chest. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. Her mother-in-law wasn't just possessive, she was obsessed. And she was doing everything in her power to keep Chidi under her control. Amara knew she had to act quickly. The situation was spiraling out of control, and she didn't do something soon. She feared she would lose Chidi forever. She decided to confront Mama Chidi directly. The next morning, while Chidi was at work, Amara approached Mama Chidi in the kitchen. Her heart was pounding as she forced herself to remain calm. "Mama," Amara began, "we need to talk." Mama Chidi looked up from the pot she was stirring, her eyes narrowly. "What is it, Amara?" Amara took a deep breath. "I know what you are doing, Mama. I know how you are manipulating Chidi, trying to keep him away from me. This has to stop, Mama. It really has to stop." Mama Chidi's expression darkened. "I'm not doing anything wrong, young lady," she said, her voice cold. "I am his mother and I have every right to be close to him, but not at the expense of our marriage," Amara replied, her voice trembling with emotion. "Chidi is my husband and we deserve to have our whole life together, Mama. You can't keep him all to yourself. I'm his wife, remember?" Mama Chidi's eyes blazed with fury. "You don't understand, do you? Have you given birth before? Do you have an holy son? Chidi is all I have, and I have sacrificed everything for him, and I won't let you take him away from me." Amara stood her ground. "I am not trying to take him away from you, Mama, but you have to respect our marriage. You have to let him go." For a moment there was silence. Then, in a voice that sent chills down Amara's spine, Mama Chidi said, "If you think you can come between me and my son, my dear, you're very, very mistaken. I will do whatever it takes to keep my son by my side. Get that? Hamara felt a strong of fear, but she refused to back down. I won't let you destroy our marriage, Mama. I won't, she said, her voice firm. I will fight for Chidi no matter what, and no matter what it will cost me. With that, Amara turned and left the kitchen, her heart pounding. She knew she had made a dangerous enemy, but she also knew she couldn't give up. She had to find a way to save her marriage and protect Chidi from his mother's toxic grip. As the days passed, Mama Chidi's behavior grew more erratic. She became more controlling, more possessive, and more determined to keep Chidi by her side. She would fabricate stories to make Chidi feel guilty, constantly reminding him of the sacrifice she has made for him. Chidi, caught in the middle, grew more distant from Amara. He spent most of his time with his mother, leaving Amara alone and heartbroken. The love that has once been so strong between them was slowly being eroded by Mama Chidi's manipulation. One evening, after another tense of argument, Amara made a decision. She packed a small bag and left a note for Chidi, telling him she was going to stay with her parents for a while. She needed space, time to think, and a chance to regain her strength. As she walked out of the house, Amara felt a sense of relief, but also a deep sadness. She loved Chidi, but she couldn't continue living in this toxic environment that Mama Chidi has created. She needed to find a way to save her marriage, but she couldn't do that alone, she thought. Days turned into weeks, and Amara stayed with her parents, trying to figure out what next to do. She missed Chidi terribly, but she knew she couldn't return to him until something had changed. Then one day, she received a call from Chidi. His voice was strained, and Amara could tell something was wrong. Amara, he said at the other end of the phone. Mama has been acting strange. Please, I need you. I think something is wrong. She hasn't left her room in days, and when I try to talk to her, she just stares at me. Amara's heart skipped a beat. She had been waiting for this moment, hoping Chidi would finally see the truth. Chid, I think it's time we talk about what's really going on. Can you come over to my parents' place? We need to have this conversation face to face. There was a long pause on the other end of the line before Chidi responded. All right, Tamara, I will be there soon. When Chidi arrived, he looked exhausted, dark circles under his eyes and a tension in his shoulders that Amara hasn't seen before. They sat down in the living room and Amara wasted no time. Chidi, she began, have been worried about your mother's influence on our marriage for a long time. She crossed boundaries that no mother should cross, and I think it's affecting you more than you realize. Chidi sighed heavily, running a hand through his hair. I know, Amara. I've been blind to it for so long, thinking she was just being protective. But now I see it's more than that. It's like she's trying to keep me as a child, refusing to let me grow up and live my own life. Amara reached out and took his hand. We need to comfort her together, Chidi. We need to set boundaries, or else this will destroy us. Chidi nodded slowly. You're right, but I'm scared, Amara. I'm scared of what she might do, of how she will react. We will face it together, Amara said firmly. But we need to make it clear that our marriage comes first. No one should come between us, not even her. The next day, Chidi and Amara returned to their home. Their resolve straightened as they entered. They could feel the heavy atmosphere that hung over the house. Mama Chidi was in her room, the door slightly ajar. Chidi hesitated, but Amara gave him an encouraging nod. They entered the room together. Mama Chidi was sitting on the edge of the bed, her eyes vacant, staring at nothing in particular. When she saw them, her expression hardened. What is this? She snapped. Why are you two here together? Chidi took a deep breath. Mama, we need to talk. We need to set some boundaries. Mama Chidi's eyes narrowed. Boundaries? What are you talking about, son? Amara stepped forward, her voice calm but firm. Mama, we love you and we respect you. But this behavior trying to keep Chidi to yourself, crossing into our private life, it has to stop, Mama. We need to live our own life as a married couple without interference. Mama Chidi face twisted with anger. So this is your doing, Amara, turning my son against me? After everything I've done for him, you want to push me aside like some old hag? Chidi shook his head, stepping closer to his mother. No, Mama, this is not about you respecting. This is about you respecting my marriage. I love you, but I'm not your little boy anymore. I am a husband now, and Amara is my wife. We need space to grow. Mama Chidi eye welled with tears, but they were tears of worry, not sadness. I gave you everything, Chidi. Everything. And this is how you want to repay me? By choosing her over your own mother? Amara heart ached at the sight, but she knew they couldn't back down. Mama, we are not asking you to live Chidi's life. We just need you to step back, to let us be a couple. It doesn't mean it does not love you or love you less. Mama Chidi's voice dropped to a chilling whisper. If you make me leave Chidi, I will never forgive you. You will regret this, mark my words. For a moment, the room was thick with tension. Then, to Amara's surprise, Chidi reached out and gently took his mother's hand. Mama, I will always love you. But if you can't accept that Amara is my wife and respect our marriage, then we will have to make some very hard decision. Please, Mama, don't make me choose. Mama Chidi stared at her son, her face a mask of conflicting emotion. Finally, she pulled her hand away and turned her back to them. I need to think, she muttered, her voice barely audible. Chidi and Amara left the room, closing the door behind them. As they stood in the hallway, Chidi let out a shaking breath, his hand trembling. I don't know what's going to happen, Amara, but I'm glad we finally did this. I'm glad. Amara wrapped her hand around him, holding him close. Whatever happens, we'll face it together. Over the next few days, Mama Chidi remained distant, barely speaking to either of them. The tension in the house was suffocating, but Chidi and Amara stood firm, supporting each other through the uncertainty. Then one evening, Mama Chidi called Chid into her room and Amara waited anxiously in the living room, hoping for the best but fearing the worst. When Chidi finally emerged, his expression was unreadable. What happened? Amara asked, her voice trembling. Chidi sat beside her, taking her hand. Mama said she's leaving, he said quietly. She said she needs time to process everything, to figure out how she can move forward without feeling like she's losing me. Amara felt a mixture of relief and sadness. Do you think she'll be okay? Chidi nodded slowly. I think so. It will be hard for her, but it is the right thing to do. And it's the only way we can only start our life together. Mama Chidi later moved out of the house the next day, returning to her own home. For the first time since Chidi and Hamara had married, the house felt strangely empty without her, but also lighter, as if a dark cloud has finally been lifted. Chidi and Amara spent the next few weeks reconnecting, rebuilding the bond that has been strained by the conflict with Mama Chidi. They went on long walks, talked late into the night, and rediscovered their love that has brought them together in the first place. After a few months, Amara gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. Mama Chidi, also true to her word, kept her distance, but she and Chidi spoke on the phone regularly. She came over for the omugwo and later went back to her house. She realized that she had to let her son go to allow him to live his own life, even if it meant stepping back from the center of his world. As for Chidi and Amara, they grew stronger. Their love deepened by the trials they had faced. They knew there would be more challenges ahead, but they are ready to face them hand in hand. Thank you, my wonderful viewers, for watching. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a very good day. Thank you for watching. Please do well to subscribe. Hit on that notification bell to always get notified whenever I post, and also comment at the comment section. What do you think about the story? Do you have anyone that have a similar experience with this story? What advice do you have to give to that person? And what's the moral of this story? Please drop them at the comment section. Thank you and God bless you. See you in my next video. Bye.